Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's great to see you again. If you like, please press the like button. If you want to subscribe, that's great too. Today we're going to be talking about Sister Wives season 20 episode 4, and the title of the episode is so funny. You need to shut up is the title. And honestly, you want to say that to Kody. You need to shut up. And I mean, like, Robin even kind of makes those kind of faces. So it's cute. It wasn't as boring as the last episode, but it was still, it dragged it a little bit. So they review the beginning, and Kody moves out of his house, and you know, they review Janelle being a little snarky, and then the Pair 1, Utah, is very pretty, and Jenn has a bike shop, and you get to see it, and then they, Merri talks about some guy she's been talking to in Denver, and then I start getting bored. They cut, then they cut, oh, this was the funny part though. She is just talking randomly, and she just talks about men's hair, and she didn't realize that she was, you know, kind of saying that Kody's hair wasn't very good looking. And it was so funny because when she realizes she did that, she goes, that was cute. Kody's brother, they cut to Kody, and it's a big rush. They haven't hired someone to move them, I guess, so they got his brother to help them. Janelle worries that Kody will get greedy because, you know, he needs more money. And then Kody goes into this weird, do you want to smell my armpits? And, oh, you know, oh, it's so, you know, I'm sexy when I stink and stuff like that. And Robin's giving them that look, like, you need to shut up, you know? But he said, we're battle buddies, we're not lovers. And so that's kind of a weird kind of peacocking kind of, they started talking about peacocking and things like that. And it was all like, is it weird? Or is he weird? Or is he like having problems with Robin? And that's how it's coming out. And then he wants her to slap him on the ass in public, you know. And it's just like, what's going on in your house? Merri has to pick some guys, but she has rules. Yes, and the rule is they have to value her, which is not that big of a rule, but so yeah. Yay! Then we go to Christine and David's house, and Paedon is moving to North Carolina. I was gonna say New Carolina, North Carolina, and he's really very, I think he's very genuine, and I think she seems genuine when they're talking about it. And he just he has that big hole in his life from Garrison's death, and he kind of wants to be with the people that are really grieving. He wants to be with Janelle. He wants to be with Maddie. And I just think it was really nice. And so Christine, I think Christine is, it comes off like she's being babyish, but she's not. She just misses her kids. You know, she's like, I don't want him to move there. Why is he moving there? He just go visit them, you know. Go there for Christmas. But anyway, so that was probably a nice scene. And then it was so cute because he's like, oh, and Maddie's gonna fix me up with girls, you know, with women. And it was just, I mean, it was just cute. And then let's see, Kody. Does it skip back to Kody then? No, I think that it goes to Merri, and she's kind of talking about guys, and she really only ever dated, you know, Kody. And so then Kody remembers that he was attracted to her parents. What a weird thing to say. He could say, oh, her parents were so nice and loving and it was wonderful, you know, but no, he's like, I was attracted to her parents. Anyway, Kody was different, and he had a light in his eyes. When you see the old pictures of him, he does look genuinely happy and optimistic, and now he's so, it's just really weird. It does make you wonder, and this is all, you know, for entertainment purposes. It does make you wonder, like, is he on testosterone? Is he on uppers? Or is he on you know, like, you do wonder Like, why is he so wound up and just really not like everybody else? And then Kody, and Merri doesn't know Kody anymore, and Kody doesn't know her. And so, I mean, she's really accepted. She's accepted it. And that's a really hard phase when you're basically chasing him all your life, and then all of a sudden you're just kind of like, well, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do now? I'm sure she had a lot of days, but it seems like she's accepted that, and it's good for her. Jenn has to put in, well, the guy that she chooses has to be able to handle up bitchy friends. Which is so sweet. Which was so funny. I don't know, Merri wants to be herself. He has to, my world has to align, he has to align with me, I guess is what she's saying, and not drain me. So, now the brother asks Kody, it cuts back to the house, the McMansion, and, you know, why is he moving? And again, Kody is bizarre. And, it's just kind of funny because it's boring, because even though he's bizarre, it's the same rehearsed sentence. It's just a performance. It's just a performance. And I think that's what's wrong with Robin. I think Robin's always is her rehearsed performance, and that's what maybe Kody wants from her. You know, maybe she's just like, all right, I'll do my lines. You know, David is nice and messing. Oh, Christine's missing everybody, and Paedon had just left that morning, and because they cut back to them, and she gets. She was mad at Janelle because Janelle's like, I get all the grandkids. And that's when she says, you know, you really need to just shut up. But you don't really feel that towards Christine or Janelle. You feel that as an audience towards Kody. They used to have a business together, and I believe that's the Plexus. And they're stepping away from that. And David says something interesting. He's kind of like, well, you know, competition is good. And she's like, competition is good. It's not good when it's for the attention of your husband, but it's good when it's fun, you know. So, you know, I don't know. Kody's moving again, and the reason for the move and all the stuff, blah, blah, blah. Change my environment, emotional trauma. Robin doesn't want Kody. She finally got past Coyote Pass, and but his value has lost in her eyes, you know. And I mean, maybe she really does want to go to heaven, and she really believes that the only way you get to heaven is if you have a bunch of wives, you know. They show wedding pics, and Kody is, she's still hung up on it, and Kody is so odd and such a failure. I don't know. He hates Christine. It reminds him that, and then the brother reminds him that, the brother Michael reminds Kody that they're his kids too. And Kody was just like, yeah, you know, just like, he just refers to them as Christine's kids, so you know which group of kids he's talking about. But yeah, they're his kids. But you know, he never says that. He never says my kids, my kid Paedon, my kid, you know, he never says that. He always says Christine's kid. Because it's how he deals with his kids. Well, he doesn't deal with them, actually, how he doesn't deal with them. But Kody does agree. And how long has it been since he's seen those kids? And you know, it doesn't matter. That Michael didn't ask that. Michael doesn't want kicked out of the house, I guess. Okay, he's bitter. He has to drive past Christine's house, and he lost that house because Christine, it's okay. He has to drive past Coyote Pass, and he, you know, he doesn't miss the drama. But he doesn't seem like that, does it? It doesn't seem like that. Hear holiday music. and they're cutting down a Christmas tree in North Carolina, and Janelle is in wait mode. She's waiting on the money from Coyote Pass. She's waiting on the permits for Tater Farms, and she just, you know, it's a tough time. Then, you know, Merri talked about Montana, and because they had cut down this tree. Now, you know, when a tree is wild and it hasn't been shaped, they're a little scraggly. I thought the tree was actually very pretty that they cut down. I did. I guess because I've, you know, behind my home in Pennsylvania, there's a mountain, and there's trees on the mountain, and they're scraggly, you know. You could get, if you got a smaller tree, you'd probably get a better shaped tree, but they didn't want a small tree. They wanted a big one for outside. And but anyways, Merri starts talking about when Kody and her were young, and he was cutting down a tree for the, I don't know which Christmas it was, but she's like, hey, that's gonna hit the truck. And he's like, no, no, no. And then he did it, and it hit the truck. And Kody also makes the same comment, and they, you know, funny memory. Kody looks like a lot left. Oh my gosh. Okay, so then it goes to Kody's house. And it looks like there's, you know, they're standing around talking, but it looks like there's a lot still to pack up. And, you know, I guess that, you know, Michael doesn't want plural marriage. And then Kody goes into this monologue about his dad being big and tough and a cowboy. And he was mean, and he was rotten, but every woman wanted him because he was so macho. You know, and it's like, okay, I mean, he might be sexy, but once you get to know him, you're like, I don't want you yelling at me. But you know, Kody has this whole raw attraction. So then again, you know, it kind of relates to this, you know, like I'm a man. Don't you like my stinkiness? And I'm a man. I'm a raw attraction. I don't know. It's kind of just weird. Kody doesn't think women are into him anymore. I don't know, Kody. It might be because you're like this when they talk to them. You know, you're not just, I don't know, just talk to them. You know, but maybe he does. I don't know. And then, I don't know, lots of failures, and Kody the broken record. So then Maddie and Caleb have a big house. They do have a big house, and then Janelle says the reason the marriage failed, she talked about the Duggars and that they have a successful plural marriage because the man gives the same amount of love and attention to each of his wives. And his name is, what is his name? Joe? I was going to say John, but it's Joe. You know, and that it has to do with the character of the man, and that, you know, Kody didn't have that character. So, and Kody said, no, it's because his wives were, he said homogeneous or something, like they were all homogenized. They were all the same. His wives were all the same. And I'm like, come on, Kody. You know, Janelle was the only one that wasn't raised in the cult. And Robin did not live, you know, plural marriage as a kid. You know, she didn't live with the other mothers and didn't see the other family, basically. But Christine and Merri were, you know, both in polygamy families, and they lived it their whole life. So, you know, like, I don't know. They should be the ones that are still there, because they were the two that were homogenous, you know, and they weren't homogenous. They were very different people. So anyway, and then Janelle says, oh no, maybe it was Christine, that Joe Duggar is an architect. And Kody is a fireman. He just puts out fires. And it's like, no, I think Kody causes the fires. How about that one? You know, I think he causes the fires. I don't think he puts them out. I think he just moves to the next house and lets the houses all burn down. The house looks better empty. The house, the McMansion, it looks better empty. I was like, wow, there's a lot of space in there. Brianna feels bad, or it was Aurora, but I think it was Brianna. Kody, over and over again, over and over. The memory of the past is poisoning his future. You know, over and over. It's okay to say, hey, I don't want to live here anymore. I just don't want to. I don't want to. I just find it depressing. He doesn't have to go on and be so silly about it. And then they, you know, do the prayer huddle, which I've never done that. You know, it sounds kind of interesting to me. Let's all get in a huddle and pray. I don't know. I have never done that. I find it kind of appealing. I mean, so I don't know what went wrong. And Robin safely cared. Oh, he wanted Robin safely cared for. He had to be safely cared for. And what's wrong with that? You know. And sure, you know, Merri lives in a rental. Janelle has a rental or a RV or a tiny little apartment. And, you know, Christine got a house because she was determined to get a house. She wasn't going to give her money to Robin. And then Robin's crying you know, over the family, I guess. I don't know. And that's how it ends. That was the excitement. And I do think that the episode, if all you can do is the same line over and over and over again, it's going to get boring. It's going to get boring. Some people talk about, like, oh, they're going to have a spin-off show and it's going to be Robin and Kody. And you think you need Kody because he's so weird, right? And everybody else can just kind of talk about, you know. But nobody's going to watch him if all he does is do the same lines over and over again. And they don't even make sense. They're not real. You know, people would much rather watch Paedon, you know, or much rather would watch David, because, I mean, they just talk about how they feel. So that's it for today. I hope to talk to you later. Bye.